I am Katie Vanderstappen and this is Sue Henning and we work at the McHenry County Farm Bureau and today we are going to make pumpkin patch pie.
I love things made out of pumpkin. How about you, Katie?
Oh my goodness, I love it so much. One of my favorites.
Well, we can either buy something at the store that looks like this for our recipes, but did you know that that can of pumpkin comes from pumpkins from a field? We can start with a pumpkin grown in a field, and if we cut it open, we can see all the parts of the pumpkin. The inside part, called the flesh or the meat, that's what we cook and smush up to use in our pumpkin recipes. A lot of times we don't have time to do that, so we buy a can of pumpkin at the store. Good thing, right, Katie?
Yes, thank goodness. Saves me hours.
So our recipe is kind of cool. You can make this at school with your friends. You can make it at home with your family.
And my favorite part of the recipe is that we make it in a bag, so there are no bowls to clean up afterwards. Always a plus in my book.
What's the first ingredient, Katie?
Well, the first ingredient we need is milk. All right, so in this recipe we are using whole milk, and milk comes from dairy cows. So I'm actually a dairy farmer and we milk about 150 cows. And did you know that one cow can produce about 8 gallons of milk every day?
That's pretty amazing, right, Katie?
Yes, we use about 2 2/3 cups of milk.
Pour it in your bag. You notice I'm using a measuring cup. That's a special cup that cooks and bakers and chefs use so that they can measure ingredients into recipes. So that's the first ingredient.
And make sure you hold on tight to that bag.
Right. The second ingredient we're going to use is instant vanilla pudding. You buy that at the store. We're going to put in 2 boxes. Katie, do you know the main ingredient in pudding?
Well, I believe the main ingredient that makes it so sweet is sugar.
Sugar. And believe it or not, sugar is grown on a farm also.
Yes.
When it's planted in a farmer's field, it's called sugar cane, and it looks like this. And believe it or not, after the farmers pick their sugar cane, they take it to the factory. They take the inside pulp out and grind it up into sugar. Sugar is used in pudding and all sorts of other things that we like to eat.
So right now, after you combine your milk and the pudding mix, you need to mush it all up with your hands. Make sure it's all nice and combined.
And the next ingredient we're going to add to our mixing bag is our pumpkin. I'm using pumpkin from the store, but remember you can make your own pumpkin from a farmer's field. And you want to make sure that you buy a special pumpkin that's just right for cooking. You don't want to buy a pumpkin that's good for decorations or for jack-o'-lanterns. They don't have enough meat inside to use for a recipe.
All right. So once your pudding mix and your milk is all blended together, then we'll add our pumpkin.
Whoa, what's going to happen to our mixture, Katie?
Well, I think it's going to turn color. So our mixture right now is just yellow. For now we're adding this dark orange to it.
Which means that's really good for you, right?
Yes. Pumpkin is very healthy.
Scoop it all in.
This bag's getting quite heavy.
And it seems like this would make a really good snack.
Most definitely.
Is that all the ingredients, Katie?
I think we're missing a few spices, Sue.
Okay, sounds good. My favorite, right?
Oh my goodness. My favorite and my kids' favorite is cinnamon.
Did you know, Katie, that cinnamon grows on a farm also?
I did.
Actually grows on trees, and the cinnamon is the bark of the trees. Looks like that when the farmers take it off the trees. They send it to the factory, and the workers at the factory, they grind it into powder, and we can buy it as a spice in the store. And our recipe says we need about 1 teaspoon of cinnamon. So here it goes. Smells great.
Ooh, that smells delicious. And I think we need one more spice as well, Sue. And the next spice we use is ginger.
Believe it or not, Katie, ginger is a root. Everybody see that? Actually grows under the ground on a ginger plant. Farmers harvest the roots. And again, you can buy the roots like this and use them in recipes. Or you can buy them all powdered in a container like this. And we need to put a half a teaspoon. This is my mixing spoons, a half a teaspoon of ginger in our recipe. Is it ready? Can we eat it?
Ooh, I don't know. I think maybe we should mix it first.
Sounds like a good idea.
So we're going to make sure I close it really nice and tight, and then I'll hold it, and then Sue can.
Is it ready now?
Not quite. I need a little more, Sue.
We have to mix and mix until all the ingredients are combined so that we can't see anything separate. See, I can see the orange pumpkin and the yellow pudding and the brown cinnamon. It's not ready yet. It's not ready yet.
We want to make sure all the ingredients are mixed together so we have the best flavor.
So we're going to let Katie mix that up. And I'm going to show you what goes in the bottom of our dessert cups. And when you're making your recipe, you might be making it at school with your friends. If you make it that way, you can use little cups like this. If you make it at home with your family, you can put it in special dessert cups like this, or mugs or bowls, whatever you can find in your cupboard. But whatever you find, make sure that you buy some of these. These are called graham cracker crumbs, and believe it or not, Katie, graham cracker crumbs started as wheat in a farmer's field. So the wheat is ground up and mixed with other ingredients to make graham crackers. We crush them up, and you put some in the bottom of your cups, whatever you decide to put your recipe in. Whoa, Katie, that's looking good.
Yeah.
Look, I can't see the pumpkin. I can't see the vanilla pudding or the cinnamon. Looks good. I think it's ready.
I think so too.
How are we going to get it out of there?
Well, I think it'd be kind of messy if I put a spoon in, but I have a better idea.
Sounds good.
We're going to use little scissors, and we're going to cut off the corner. And it's just like if you're going to decorate cupcakes or a cake. I'm using a pastry bag. All we're going to do is we're going to squeeze it into our cups.
And if you want to make lots for your friends, just move them to different cups.
And don't worry if you make a little drip here or there. I always do.
And you know it's smelling great because I can smell the cinnamon, I can smell the ginger, but I think our dessert needs one more ingredient.
You never can forget the whipped cream.
From milk and sugar,
Sugar.
right?
Yeah.
All from a farm. Yum!
And you can have as much or as little as you prefer.
And the last thing to do, Katie?
Cheers!
Mmm.
So delicious.
All you need is the recipe. We'll share that with you, and you can make this at home or at school with your friends.
All right, or it also might be a great treat to have for your Thanksgiving.
Cool, that's a great idea,
Yes.
Katie.
All right, well, thank you guys so much for viewing, and we can't wait to see you guys next year in your classroom. Bye!